Okay. All right. So it's the letter I sent out yesterday. So I just wanted to run through it and see anybody had any comments or questions or anything damning or whatever you like. Um, I kind of wrote it in a stupor um, as I was very worried about the operation and I'm waiting for it the day before yesterday, etc. So anyway, it's a follow-up to the survey, and we just wanted to tell everybody, as we mentioned in the board meeting, club wishes to invite all club members and friends to come to the field day site and operate, or just wander around. Sit in with a pro, see how it's done. Try your hand at CW digital or phone. If you have not done so already, please fill out the field day survey at the following link. That's the big survey of what you can do and what you want to do at the field day site, if you have not done it already. Okay, this was in the letter you got from Dan. Okay, also, we're still required to register at the Aldrich website. It's a special website that was set up just for us. So it's private, it's not going to go anywhere. But the URL is right there. Ask your name, address, and will you be bringing anybody? The original reason was to do with contact tracing. But as I have not got an answer from their president yet, that all these things are gone by the boards, we still have to do it. Okay, the items here. Number one, the survey results did show that we should have a field day. We had enough people saying they would bring equipment, enough people, I think, saying they would come and help, and there were people to fill all of the segments that I put in there. Basically was Friday night, Saturday morning for help, Saturday afternoon for operation, evening, overnight, Sunday morning, and then closing. So it was quite a number of people. Two, the designation, the thing we've all been waiting for, is brackets X. The number of stations will be determined on completion of the survey tabulations. And I'm doing that now. Obviously, the last 48 hours I haven't been able to do anything. So I hope tomorrow morning to get up fresh and early around 11:15 and start working on it. So the designation will be W1BIM, the number of transmitters, Alpha, Western Mass. Okay, and the club name for home and station ARRL submissions will be Central Mass Amateur Radio Association. No changes, no difference, no changes of anything. It must be like that in order for us to get recognized, by you. It's your club, brother, and to be recognized and your points be aggregated with the club's points. And it says home station submission form must use the exact club name or spelling as above in your own or the highest license class call sign. So if there's a couple of you being at home, the highest call sign, the highest class is what you write in, and the highest class is what bands you can work on. Okay. Any questions on the first few items from anybody, including me? Okay. Thank you. Please note, all persons arriving at the field must go to the welcome tent to sign in and get your operation allocations and check to see that you have signed up on the Aldrich website. We'll do it right on the computer there. I'll have a 32-inch TV display of all the N1MM windows, so you can look on there and you can see who's transmitting what and doing what. And if you're not a person that's already assigned or set yourself up to be in a tent, you could say, hey, I'd like to go to that one, and we'll check it in. Okay. main thing is, with regard to food, please bring your own ice cooler and drinks. Okay, there's a notice down below. It says, these arrangements are in order to provide safe food ordering and distribution and handling. So please bring your own ice cooler and drinks. And if you're going to go home, you could refresh your cooler with ice, or buy a small bag and bring it back. Maybe other people would need it. Sandwiches or pizza, breakfast sandwiches, will be ordered out at 11:30 on Saturday, 5:30 on Saturday, 8:30 Sunday, and 11:30 on Sunday. Okay, for all other meals, bring your own snacks or food. A sign-up sheet for the meals will be available at the welcome tent. Okay, all ordered food must be picked up from the welcome tent by you. If you ordered it, you got to pick it up. If you, of course, you brought your son or daughter with you, can send them down, but they got to identify themselves. We'll try to make a call to each band captain or tent captain on a supplied HT, which Brian will be supplying when the food arrives. Okay, if anybody has any other ideas about distribution, let me know. And, you know, I don't want to be the inventor of everything, but this is kind of as we discussed in the board meeting. Okay, and as I say again, these arrangements are in order to provide safe food ordering and distribution. Okay, very important.
Adrian, are you going to have menus available?
Sorry, who said what?
Yeah, Adrian, I was wondering if you're going to have menus available for us to order from.
Yeah, there'll be by the time we get there, there'll be on the sheet, there'll be whatever it is that I think Dan is going to try and pick something out for us, and I'll put it on a piece of paper, and you'll be signing, you know, that number or letter or whatever it is. So if pepperoni pizza is number 2, you'll put down, you know, number 2 for yourself. And everybody has to order their own. We're not, you can't come and order 3 and then, you know, because we don't want to find the pizza outside the tent on the ground. We have to keep the grounds clean. So, and also we don't need bugs and flies. So yeah, we will have something when you come to the tent. There'll be a menu of some kind. They'll tell us what we think we're going to be buying. Okay.
All right.
All right. Yeah. Anything else? Okay. Number 6. M1MM logging program. Terry has kindly provided us with the following notes. The CMARA website Field Day section has been updated with information regarding N1MM. There are training videos, URLs where to get the N1M updates, and some directions for how to start N1MM and use the unique 2021 Field Day log that he created, which is on the site. The final version of M1MM Field Day is not known yet. Okay, now I changed this, Terry. This is what I want to do. M1MM version available at 1500 on Friday will rule. Okay, so it doesn't matter what other updates there are, unless they're critical, as I mentioned here. As of 1500 on Friday, that's the N1MM version we will all use. If there's a critical update, we will advise all operators. Otherwise, please do not try to update your N1MM after 2 p.m. on Saturday. It could crash the network. And a lot of people will be very, very annoyed. Okay, so do it Friday night, do it early Saturday morning, but at least try and pick up the version that's at 1500. If we see something different, we'll send notice out to everybody immediately.
I will post the version number on the web. I'll get Lynn to do it. I think it's important to make sure we have the exact version number known, not just the date, etc.
Yeah, that's fine. Because we don't know what it is yet. Um, somewhere during Friday lunchtime, maybe you could do that and post it on the web.
So after
I've
the
seen them.
meeting, everybody should start testing this out to see if it all works. Or are you going to use automatic CW keying? Get that working. I hope everybody's going to be using cat control so that the system knows what frequency everybody is on. But get this working. If you have questions, call me.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I've got that right in here, and he's right. Advice on how to set it up is beyond the scope of what Terry can provide at this moment, because each rig is different. Each operator needs to check out their cat operation before field day starts. You mentioned a cat control, automatic keying, automatic voice keying if you need it. The digital modes would be, FLIGI, MTTY, or WSJT 69X. Operators should get busy and set these things up using the current N1MM on their systems, and be prepared to do the update on Friday before field day. Or if Terry sends us a note saying that we have to do something else. Terry says he'll be available for answering questions by email or telephone. And right there is his email address and his landline. There will not be any field day thumb drive as we usually have had, okay? So you'll have the directory name. You have to make it yourself and it's really W1BIM to record. And just going back to what Terry said about everybody being on CAT, the whole reason for this is to get clarity of where the points are coming from and who's doing what.
Another important point is everybody needs to run N1 Mike in administrative mode. And the way you do that is there's an icon on the screen for N1 Mike. Right click and run as administrator. Why do we want to do this? Because the master station in the network is going to synchronize time to all the other stations, and you have to be running as administrator in order for your computer clock to be updated.
And if you're doing digital, that's critical. Okay, so, all right, so the idea is that we can find every point and record it and send it to the ARRL, and then we can admire it for the following whole year until next field day. Okay, so that's what the importance of CAT. And if you don't have CAT, you're going to be writing up sheets and you're going to be hand delivering them to my house. Because, we can't do it any other way. Okay. All right. 7, a very important thing. There's a fully operational toilet available. It's near the field entrance. It does not have a sink or regular running water. There are jugs and barrels of water that get poured into the system. Okay. I'm going to try and bring a big box of hand wipes, which would be used. Funny, today I saw an advertisement for a little vertical sink and a tank, a sink on top of a tank. It was about $60. Maybe I get them to buy one. But anyway, in the meantime, will be hand wipes, but you'll be able to flush the toilet. It's a regular sit-on toilet. And it was built by a very good friend, Bob Pelican, W1TAB. Rest in peace. Aldrich call it the Celestial Privy, which is kind of catchy name, but I don't know whether there's a plate on the door with that on there, but that's what they call it. So We do have a facility. We will not, I don't think we're having any kind of a portable toilet. You just have to walk across the field and climb a few stairs, and there it is. The instructions should be posted on the door. Kim promised me that we'll have them, a notice on the door with all the instructions. Final request. To protect the health of everybody else there, no smoking anywhere on the field, no hard drinks, and please bring a mask to wear when entering a tent or an area with other people. For now. The rules haven't kind of changed for that, for medical and other facilities. I've been to 2 places today where I had to wear a mask, and 1 place where I didn't. The 1 place was a restaurant. So no smoking, no hard drinks. Please bring a mask, even if you don't wear it, have one in your pocket. Okay? So, to end this up, come on down, meet friends, operate a radio, and schmooze a little, which is Yiddish for get together and talk and chat. Signed, me. Any other questions?
I've got one.
Go ahead.
So you're describing the celestial latrine. You said there's stairs involved? So that's not handicap accessible, I take it?
It's supposed to be, because I supplied the handicap rails, but I don't know ever whether Bob got them in there. So Friday night I'll check. But it has a handrail on the stairs, and it's supposed to be handicap. It was, the way Bob set it up, it had the right distances from the wall to the pedestal and all that kind of stuff. All of that was accounted for. And I gave them 2 sets of long rails. But I not having been back there, you know, in the 2 years, I don't know. So
yeah, I'm just curious if there's a ramp.
No, it's not a ramp. It's stairs, unfortunately. Very short. I think it's three or 4 stairs.
Might as well be 300. Okay.
Okay. Well, do you require such a thing?
Well, yeah, I'm in a wheelchair, so should I appear and need to use it, it would be helpful to know whether or not I need to go run off into the woods somewhere or not. So,
well, I'll tell you what. We got a big bunch of very tall, strong guys. We'll rally a couple together, and we'll pick you in a chair up and put it in the toilet. Literally. Okay, I'm sure we can figure out something. I will check. I mean,
I would prefer not to be in the toilet, but okay.
No, it's in an area where people won't really see you. It's not in the woods, but it's, in fact, it'll probably be surrounded by cars near the parking lot. So, but we'll try and I'll have to check that out. Maybe I'll call Kim. He's the facilities manager, and ask him. But last time I looked, there wasn't. There was like three stairs.
Okay, I'm just trying to get some information ahead of time here. That's all.
No, it's okay. I understand. The interior, supposedly, as I said, was not fixed up, handicap, but I can't climb stairs either, and I need bus for a toilet. So I'll check that out. And who is it asking, please?
This is Eric in ZTV.
Adrian, why don't you have somebody take some pictures of it and send the pictures out?
Say again?
Have somebody take a couple of pictures of it and send it out. To allow them to test it.
Yeah, but if okay, so somebody record that gentleman's call sign and name. I can't do it. I'm doing 18 things at once here.
We
Yeah,
could
what's one
also,
more?
including trying to see.
we could
Okay,
also
all
make a
right.
ramp up here.
Also what?
So we could also make
What,
a
Dan?
ramp up here. I've got enough material. We've got to get down there to the field and check things out before next Friday, because I just talked to Jim Garner and he's not going to be able to be at field day. So we've got to make sure that the network is still there, still up. He can come during the week and help us get it going, but he will not be there for field day.
Okay, thank you for that news, Dan. Yeah, and appreciate if you would check that area out. In the meantime, I'll ask Kim to take a picture or to let me know whether it has a ramp now or what. Like I said, it's been 2 years.
Yeah, and that's
Okay.
fine. You know, I don't
Whether it's got,
want anybody to go out of their way. And another question I had, Adrian, is I know we'd had a brief email exchange. So I primarily tend to be will probably be operating from home. And I'm not sure where other members who may be operating at home are in relation to the field. I know Google's telling me it's like 4 miles from my house. So I just wanted you to kind of keep that in mind. Hopefully there won't be any conflict in signals. But I'll probably be running mostly the FT8 on the HF, and so if that causes a problem for anybody that's operating at the field, shoot me a text, give me a call, whatever, and just let me know, and we'll make sure we resolve that.
where are you located relationship to the field?
It's like 3.9 miles.
I don't think that should be a problem.
Yeah, it shouldn't be, but I just wanted to put it out there that if there is some kind of issue that comes up, by all means, don't tolerate it. Just let me know. And
yeah, I think digital and phone, you won't have any problems. CW, there could be some breakthrough even from 2 miles, but I doubt it. You'd have to be using several hundred watts. Okay, and you're only allowed 150 peak anyway for most of the classes. So at home. So okay, we'll deal with it. Do whatever you plan, and just be aware of what band you're on and what mode you're on. You can always let's see. Sounds like a good idea. My phone number. I will have my phone with me all the time. People can call. Okay. There's no rule that says you can't call me, and I can just look on the screen and tell you what bands are being used. So I will have the master display. Okay. So my number is at the bottom of this notice. If you write it down, and it accepts text and voice. Just does not accept spam. Okay.
only
All right.
bacon.
So okay. All right. And we'll check on the toilet thing. Yeah, I guess we got time, Dan, to send out a little note on a bulletin to all members, right? If I find and get that information and a picture. Dan? Hello? Yep, okay, all right. Didn't hear you, but you voiced it. Okay. All right, so as I said, everybody come on down. Call up other hands that you know that belong to the club that are not on tonight. Tell them what you heard and tell them they're all welcome to come down. This we weren't sending out, this is not a wedding. We're not sending invitations out. We're giving you the invite to come down and enjoy yourself. And you can come down. You can be a radio, play a radio, not even listen to a radio. You can do anything you want. There are certain things you can't do on the field. They're obvious. You can drive around the field, and that's another thing too. Driving on the field, keep your speed to a slow crawl. You do not know when somebody's going to pop out of a tent or walk across somewhere. It's not a set of roadways, and there are no stripes on it. So just be aware if you're driving somewhere, please drive carefully and slowly. You're allowed to drive and park near your tent, near this building or that building. It's okay. Aldrich do that all the time. We will have a central parking area. It'll be flagged off. It'll actually be near the toilet. And if you don't want to be bothered to have your car nearby, just leave it over there and walk across the field. Any other questions?
I have a comment. Does anybody need any help with trucking anything?
Who just mentioned that?
It's me, Eric. I do have a 16-foot trailer to,
Okay. Okay, so if anybody needs any help, they're pulling their gear out this week or next week, and they can't find a cable, or they can't do this or that, or it won't turn on, maybe you can give a call. And Eric just mentioned that, if you needed a hand, he's not going to come over and do it. Maybe he can help you on the phone. Same with Greg and a couple of the other people. Is that we can help you try and get things straightened out. So when you come to the field day site, you've got a radio that you believe works okay because you tested it, a computer-aided CAT connection that works, and a laptop that works, or any kind of computer. Actually, because of my laptop problems that I have, the one even that I'm on right now, I will have an i5 tower computer at the site that has 1,800 USBs and HDMIs and everything else. And I will be using that instead of a laptop. Okay, any other questions?
Adrian, this is Tim Emhoff. The survey that we filled out a while ago and indicated what equipment we had or could bring. What do we do with that? Do we bring that? Or do you need that? Or how does that work?
Nice question, Tim. I'm just going over all the results, and I'm going to email people.
Okay.
There's not that many people who said they would bring equipment.
Okay.
So in order for us not to have a fight and have to have 13 alpha stations, I will write to people and say, okay, here's the drill. XYZ is bringing a station, but needs this. We need one more station. Can you bring a transmitter, receiver, power supplies, computer, and tent, whatever? You'll see the emails come out.
Right.
Hoping at least by early next week. I'm just recovering from an operation, and I can't really do anything for a day or two. But there's a lot of analysis has to go on the survey. But you're absolutely right. Thank you for raising that point.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I don't want to get the 7 people that said they could bring stuff. I don't want them all to have expectation until we've talked. Okay. And Mike, you did find the plug to plug yourself in? Was it a BNC or?
No, I was driving.
Okay. Oh, you were driving.
Adrian,
and I know you cannot. Yeah.
Adrian, how about assignments as far as shifts? Will there be a tote board or something that we can look at before we show up? Is when you need operators, like, do you need an operator from 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. for 75 meters or something like that on Saturday night? How do we fill those empty holes?
Absolutely. Yep, that's it. There will be There'll be a sheet for that. You'll write on the sheet what you want. We'll check right away whether that slot's open, and if it is, you got it. It'll be on paper.
Can we do that online before Saturday?
Don't have that greater power to do that. Okay. Perhaps
Oh,
if,
I know you. You've got great power.
no, I'll try and look at it. I'll consult my very famous consultant, the guy who pays out the money at the bottom of the screen there, and see.
So we'll set up on site. Okay.
Yeah. So the answer is formally, I'm just going to have paper. When you sign in, when you arrive, you'll be looking at. I'll tell you what all the empty slots are. You can pick one. You can also go sit in with anybody. This is not I think this is time for the watchword, okay? The watchword is to everybody. This is not a competition against your club members, your own club members and friends. This is a competition against other clubs. So everybody should have a go, be able to do what they want to do. We're trying to accommodate everybody's desires, okay? And so when you arrive, Mike, and you check in, you'll see a couple of sheets. I might have it on screen if I've been clever enough on the 32-inch television screen. If not, it'll be on paper. But yes, we'll need to write down who's doing what when. Okay?
Thank you.
Is that okay? Satisfy you? All right. Any other questions?
Adrian?
Yeah.
Just we might want a friendly reminder. Are we going to block off the area where people cannot drive? Because as I recall 2 years ago, where there's a certain section we cannot drive over, and that's because of the leach field or the septic system, if I recall. I don't remember where it was, but I remember Bob was very adamant there were certain areas we weren't able to drive.
Right. I know about it, and I believe Gil is going to be the safety officer. I haven't got his confirmation yet, and I have 100 little actually 90 little red flags sitting in my front porch, plus there are ones for the club. And we will flag off areas where you cannot drive. We also will flag off generator and gasoline areas, and all tent guys will be flagged and taped, okay? So we've done a very good job of that for many years, and we are very, very well aware. We do not need accidents, happening. So, yeah, good point to raise. Yes, we're going to do that. And the areas are the leach field, obviously behind the celestial privy, and the well area over on the far right, where I think there are still ruts from the truck from 3 years ago, carved, lines into the ground. But because we'll be a smaller mass, I don't think 5 acres is going to be any problem for finding somewhere. And we're allowed to use the concrete pads that they have for the telescopes. We're just not going into any buildings this time. That reminds me, just a further note, some Aldrich people will turn up, and I think I mentioned it in another letter. If they do, please draw them into the tent. Tell them what you're doing. Aldrich, they're a little bit snobby, the people there, but I think they now realize that some of our radios cost more than their telescopes, but that's okay. They're very nice people. You see any, bring them in, explain what it is. No matter how stupid the question, answer it. Because we ask them stupid questions when I'm there on astronomy stuff. So, okay. But and they are going to send people down. Some of their people are interested in understanding what amateur radio is. Well, It's your duty to tell them, as with anybody who arrives there. Now, as to whether KB1RLR or LRL will be down, Greg or Gil might know, but Ray was saying that he's going to try and visit most of the big clubs. And if he comes down, we should have the section manager transmission sheet available, which gets signed by Brian, okay, like we did 2 years ago. So that's an important thing. You get 100 points for that, the section manager message, okay? Greg, do you know if Ray is thinking of coming down?
The only thing I know is probably the same as you. I saw an email that Ray put out a while back saying that his plan was to, visit as many sites, field day sites in the Western Mass section as he could. So.
Okay, thank you. All right, any other questions? Can't read the screen anymore. Fogging up here. All right, so that was it. And you should have all gotten this letter to read over it again. And don't be frightened to email me with any questions. I can always refuse to reply, but I will try to reply. And Ken, if you got any other, or Tim rather, if you got any other questions, just email me. Try and answer them, no problem. By the way, you know relationship to our vice president's husband, right?
None that I know of.
Maybe a distant cousin. Okay.
He's not called.
All right. Sorry, what did you say, Tim?
I said he has not called me.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. All right, so that's it. And any other questions? Let me just go back to let me get rid of this.
Just one thing to throw out there.
Go ahead.
I'll be running on solar, so I'll be all set for power. If you guys lose a generator, I'm only a few miles away, and I do have a 12 kilowatt sitting here. So.
Okay, so let's make sure somebody record the gentleman's call sign and telephone number.
I sent you an email with that. So.
Okay, very good. Thank you. All right. So if we do need an extra one, I think with the number of people that responded, that we look like we're covered, but you never know. And so there's a spare one around.
I think we had a number of the smaller 2 kilowatt versions, like for each setup. So those are a little easier to handle.
Yeah, I have one. It weighs 50 pounds. I can lift it up, move it over the step, but I can't put it in my car. I will need some help anyway. A friend of mine is coming up from Long Island, W2NBR, during the week before, and on the Friday afternoon, he's going to help load my car up with the easy up and all the stuff in the generator. All right. Any other questions? Brian, anything else you want to say?
No, I think it's going to be a great field day. I think we're going to pull it off like we do every year. And the more people, the merrier. So everyone show up, volunteer. Tim, definitely make sure you and Jen show up. You guys are going to love it. Like I've been telling you for years, it's a fun time. You're really going to enjoy it. It's a great time.
Jen's working and couldn't get it switched out.
Well, that's right. It's all right. It runs 24 hours. So tell her to swing by at some point.
Okay.
All right. It's a good time, though. And anyone who hasn't been to a field day, even though this is going to be your first one, it's going to be a great time either way. We're always going to do it fun. So it's going to be a good time. So everyone show up. Make sure you show up. And register. Make sure you register. Make sure you register on the website, the Aldrich website, and the email that Adrian sent out. Everyone, make sure you register because you have to for the field, just to make sure. So just do it, okay? Everyone, make sure.
Don't forget, the field day is the roar of the grease paint and the smell of the crowd. It's enjoyable no matter what you do. It's gonna have fun. I mean, for a couple of years, I didn't operate, but I had a lot of fun telling people where to go from the welcome tent. Dan had a good time telling people what he wasn't cooking and was cooking. There's all kinds of things happening. And as I've asked everybody, you're operating in a tent, you're a component of the club. Other people walking in should be afforded. If you're on a run, of course, you don't want to break, but let them sit down and watch you. There are people that have never done CW in that kind of condition. There's never people have never even been on a phone in those kind of conditions. So it's something new for anybody who walks into your tent, and treat them that way, and it'll be fun for everybody. Right, Brian?
Couldn't agree more. I've always had a blast. I've yet to have a bad time.
Hey, Adrian.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, we got one more question. Just scanning here. For setup on Saturday morning, typically, what is it, 8 o'clock that we want every, oh, wait a minute, I actually see it. Never. Do I actually, I'm just looking through.
Well, 5 o'clock Friday for an hour or two, just to bring some heavy stuff in. We're allowed to use the field, whatever we want. And then Saturday morning, yeah, I'd say about 8. Let's allow people to get there. You don't have to operate till 2. But the board members will receive a note with the combination for there's a cable across the entryway. Okay, so you can't just drive in, but it's a tumbler lock, and I'll send you the board, the number, so that you can get in there. So if one of you decides to be there at 8 o'clock, George, on Saturday morning, undo the cable, put it to the side, and other people will join you. I can't guarantee
the setup time governs. The setup time governs the start time, doesn't it? So you should pick a setup time. The time that you start to set up governs when you can start field day.
Oh yeah, but we're well within the rule for the 2 p.m. start of field day. So 5 o'clock Friday, we'll bring heavy equipment. Saturday morning, 8 o'clock is fine. It's all within the rules, Bill. For us to do it 24 hours as of 2 p.m. or 1400 on Saturday.
Yeah, I think what Bill's talking about is if you don't start setting up until later, you're actually allowed to operate a longer time. But we've never done that. We've always started set up on either Friday night or Saturday morning, and then operated from 2 p.m. Saturday to 2 p.m. Sunday only, Bill.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, there's no way to sustain, more than the 24 hours, the 30 hours.
Yeah, usually by 2 p.m. on Sunday, everybody's ready to start tearing down.
Right.
I'm ready by 6 a.m.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, but thanks for the suggestion there, Bill. But we will try and run it fairly lean, and you'll have the 24 hours of field day. Okay, and any other questions before I keel over and go to sleep? So tired.
Okay, Brian, take it away.
All right.
It's yours.
All right, everyone, thank you. Thank you for listening. Adrian, thank you very much. And everyone, again, thank the board members in the offices for all the hard work, because this is going to be a fun time, but it's going to be something that we're really working hard on. So we're trying to get this done and have a great time for all the members. But again, everyone get out there, come down, even if you don't want to do anything. Like Adrian said, you don't need to operate if you don't want to. Come down and see everyone, meet the people that you talk to on the radio, be here on George's Old Timers Net and all that, you know, and come down, have a good time. And if anything else, have a meal on CMARA. Why not, right? You pay your membership dues. But don't forget, everyone, the next meeting, should we not see anyone at Field Day, is going to be September 16th. Okay? September 16th, 7 p.m. Whether we meet in person or on Zoom, either way, we're going to have Zoom active. Hopefully, we'll be meeting in person. But the board's going to meet and we'll discuss that and figure out everything. And until then, if anyone doesn't have anything else, I guess we'll adjourn this and we'll see everyone at Field Day. And if anyone has any, oh, Greg, I see you waving your hand.
I'm all set, Brian.
Oh, you're just saying bye. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, everyone have a great night. In the meantime, if anyone needs anything, you guys know how to contact Adrian, the board members, the officers, and let's have some fun. Let's get this done. We'll see everyone on Field Day for live QSO after 15 months of not being able to see anyone. So let's make it a field day to remember, a COVID field day to remember. Everyone have a great night. Thanks for everyone. And Selena, thank you for recording.
73s.